this is gonna be one of those follow the plan and not the mood because I'm sick. But you know what? Maybe this is gonna help the episode a little bit because I'm not trying to make this so sad, you guys. This is not gonna be crazy sad. This is obviously it's a sad topic, but like I'm gonna try to make it as light lighthearted as possible. There you go, jeez. Hi, hello, it's Gucci, what's popping? It's your girl Drea. Welcome back to In My Heads. I know you see the title, okay? I understand. We're gonna talk about CSA, which is child sex abuse. We're gonna talk about it because it needs to be spoken about. It happens to 1 in 9 girls and 1 in 53 boys, but it happens a lot, okay? And unfortunately it happened to me, and unfortunately it happens a lot in the Black community. And this isn't gonna be a race thing because it happens in every single races that exists out there, because somehow we decided that normalizing the creepy uncle term was normal. That was not something that we need to do. So on this show, In My Head, we talk about it, and I want to open the door to conversations because I've been doing my healing for such a long time, and I'm getting there. You know, I feel like I'm truly at the end of this healing process because I'm talking about this. Me talking about this is step number 10 in this healing of 13 stages, and I want to come out. I want to come out with this because I know enough people, girls and boys, who have gone through this, who have been abused, and I think I'm doing this for them. I'm doing this for me, and I'm doing this to open the conversation because I'm tired of this not being a conversation. I'm tired of knowing that it has happened to a lot of people around me and a lot of people out there, and that we're just walking around with this shame and this secret and this all of that and all the effects that it has done on that does, wow, English, okay, we're trying, but it's done a lot, and I want to make sure that others can survive it just like I did, because I consider myself very lucky. I consider myself lucky because my awareness saved my life, and I think that my spiritual journey saved my life. So I mean, everything I'm going to tell you guys is just basically to help. And there's a website I'm going to link in the bio, and I'm going to be using this for this episode because I don't want it to be a long conversation. I don't want it to be a boohoo haka conversation. Like, I've done all my crying has been done, my anger, everything, all of that's been done. What I want to do is I want to go through all 13 steps and maybe talk about them, and not maybe talk about them, I'm gonna talk about them, and I want to also talk about how those have showed up for me and in my life and whatever the hell. So if you are interested to know more, follow, subscribe, share this with please. If there's one episode I want you guys to truly share on, is this one, because we need to talk about this. We need to have people not feel like they're not so alone, and for people to know how to deal with it, and for people to maybe have I don't know, man. I'm so tired of, like, I've watched videos to educate myself, and they're all sad as because they provide way too many details. And obviously I'm not here to trigger people, but if you get triggered, you get triggered. It's just how the cookie crumbles. But I definitely, if I'm gonna leave my mark, I want to leave this for anybody who needs to be hearing this, but also anybody who's not trying to, I don't know, like, yeah, it's a heavy topic, but it doesn't have to be this sad. And I'm hoping that I can be the avenue for that, because it is a big deal. It is that deep, it is that fucked up, it is that sad, but it's not and I want to convey a message without it being too heavy on the head and too heavy on the heart. Like, whatever happened, it unfortunately for me, it happened in the hands of family members, and I'm saying family members with an S because some of them were unfortunately the product of their environment, which is the product of the main what's the word what's the word unfortunately, kids were taught to do certain things because of a father doing crazy shit, And so, unfortunately for me, that was my case. And I think that it definitely has affected my entire life. I mean, what the it has affected my life in so many ways. I think that if any details I'm going to provide is how I started realizing that something was going on, that like so clearly something has happened. It started, I want to say, I mean, whatever the age is when you start feeling attraction for the opposite sex, or whatever sex that you are attracted to, whenever you start feeling attraction, I feel like is when I started to feel like it was a bit strange for me that I was very rarely interested in black boys or in like black men, or it's never been really, if anything, I felt fear, which to me as a 13 14 let's just say like 13 14-year-old, because that's when I started really realizing is that I think that it's strange. Why? Because I mean, I used to use the excuse that like, oh, I'm not attracted by, well, can I speak? The reason that I used to use a lot as a kid is that I couldn't feel attraction because I'm very close to my brother and my dad. So like it makes no sense to me to like be able to be attracted to black men and black boys. But like it truly was not that. It is because of the fear, and the fear stems from what happened to me and from the person who made this happen to me. And so I want to say that that's when my awareness started. And like when I say fear, I mean that like even the thought of like Zwiz, even the thought of wieners used to scare me a lot, like put a deep fear into my bones. And I think that, I mean, also my whole phase that happened in high school was just like my hypersexuality again stems from that thing that happened. Like, so there's so many things that of my behaviors and of ways that I've seen myself, the body issues that I've had stems from this shit. So because, as you guys know, I've been working very, very hard to not get over, but to just heal from it all, and to basically be able to just have a normal life and not be on survival mode all the time, and not be weirded out by my own self or by what I'm doing or what's going on. Like, I have made it a mission, especially in the past 8 years, to make sure that I'm doing this, and this is when it all started. So I will be putting in the description, I'm gonna put myself on the side. If you're not on YouTube, you can go on YouTube if you're a visual person. It's in the description. It's all there. And in the description also there will be I'm also gonna put the link to the website that I will be using today, just to talk about the different stages. And yeah, let's do this, because I'm just not trying to make this a long thing. I really just want to make sure that like it's talked about. Like I said, we're using endcan.org to be able to follow the steps of the healing process. And yeah, okay, let's do it. The first step is the decision to heal. A person a person, oh my god, I like probably have snot all over my face from doing this. I was insane. I'm so very sorry. And I'm gonna do my best to like not sniffle, or to just make sure that I remove it, because I can do it. The first step is the decision to heal. A person must be ready and willing to make changes to begin the healing process. This step frequently starts when you realize that the effects of the sexual abuse you suffered as a child are having a significant impact on your life. And that is what I was explaining of me being 14. And like, I mean, it's not that it was a decision to heal. I think it was just the awareness. And I think it was also a decision to heal because I remember trying my best to be attracted to black boys when I was a teen, and I mean, eventually it just went away very quickly because we began to have a familiarity. And then to me, again, like the lines would get blurred very quickly in my brain, and so the attraction would leave pretty quickly. And I thought that it was a strange thing, The second stage is the emergency stage. In this stage, you begin to deal with memories and feelings that have long been suppressed. You may experience a rush of emotions and at times physical pain. This stage, fast forward to 2, 3, 4, I don't freaking remember, but like 3, 4 years ago, yeah, I definitely started to get a bit of a flashback. I mainly because there was a situation where this family member was mentioned, and it was mentioned by, I was informed that said family member was maybe still continuing to do certain things in another country, and so that I had been talking about it with people around me at that point, that like I was feeling like something had happened to me because I'm remembering certain things, and because there are certain conversations that I'm having that are triggering said things that I'm remembering. So remembering is definitely the emergency stage is definitely okay. Oh well, then number 3, remembering the abuse. This stage can be harrowing as you regain memories and feelings of your abuse. You begin to understand the many ways sexual abuse has impacted your life. And yeah, again, this is something that I've said it to you guys, that like I realized that I want to say that this stage, definitely around the same, like 4 years ago, that I really was having all of this realization that I can understand how this has created that this has made me to have a certain behavior towards certain people and towards sex in general, 4, acknowledging it happened. Facing the fact that you were sexually abused as a child follows remembering your abuse. Moving out of denial and into the truth is a powerful step for many survivors, and hell freaking yeah, it was. For me, it was really mellow. I mean, I don't know if it's the tism in me. I don't know if it's the whatever it is, whatever. I was at a stage where mentally I knew that whatever has happened to me has led me to be the person that I am today. And I very much like who I am. I very much like what I stand for. I very much like everything about me. So I think that when I accepted that this has happened to me, it's not something that I was like, I think I skipped the shame part a bit. I think the shame part came from like the behaviors that I had, and not from acknowledging that the abuse happened to me. So for me personally, this was definitely an easier process. Breaking the silence. Number 5. Speaking out about your abuse can be very healing. Sharing your story with someone who genuinely cares for you can be difficult, but can help you begin to feel your strength, resilience, and courage. Sometimes revealing the truth needs to be done in a less direct approach, such as writing or art, and that's exactly how I did it. And my sister was the person that I first spoke about this. My sister was the first one, and shout out to my sister. I love you so much. C'est vraiment la meilleure sœur au monde, puis il y a vraiment personne qui... J'aurais pas pu choisir une meilleure personne pour avoir cette conversation, and I'm forever grateful for her. She truly, 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 truly is. I want to say that, I had some times of a weird time with my sister, and I want to say that doing this was the day that I really knew that my sister was my girl, and that like she is truly my best friend, and I love her for life. And not only that, I mean, after that, I've spoken about it with friends who could understand, and surprisingly enough, unfortunately as well, like when I shared it to people, I often learn that it has happened to them, not for everybody and anyone that I've spoken to about it, but a lot of them, unfortunately. 6, understanding that it wasn't your fault. It's not uncommon for children to believe that the abuse was their fault. Part of the process for an adult survivor is learning to give the responsibility back to the abuser. Personally, I can't relate to that stage. I never felt like it was my fault. I always knew the man was a sicko. And I think that that's one of the steps that I say that I'm very lucky, is that I never put that shit on me. How? I was a tiny little child and they were the adult. And then for the rest, I mean, who to put the blame when it's children on children abuse? Maybe, but child on child abuse, or whatever you want to call it, or whatever it's called. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to point the finger at the adult that taught the child that this is normal. you know? So I can't relate to that personally. Number 8, grieving the abuse. As an adult survivor of sex abuse, you have a lot to grieve. Grieving provides a way to honor your pain, release the hurt, and live more fully in the present without being stuck in the past. And this step is what I have been going through, I feel, this past few months. Because, I mean, the one thing that I can tell people is that there's no work around it. You have to go through it. There's no work around it. With all the magic that I have in myself and all the things that I try to manifest, this is, regardless of what it is, it brings me back to this. You can ask the universe, God, Allah, whoever you believe in, to make you forget, or to put you above that. But like, no matter what, you will have to go through the grieving. You will have to go through that. It's not something that you're just gonna, like, obviously I had forgotten at a certain age, but for me, it happened at an early age because I've been on this path of wanting to be awake and aware of what's going on with myself. And that is one of the things that, if anything, like, once I was aware, I got flashbacks of things that I've done or moments that have happened that I'm like, oh my God, it's because of that? I was a weirdo because of this? Or like, I accepted this, like, you know, the validation. Like, yes, there was a time that I thought that and wanting to feel special, because I really thought about it with myself. I was like, as much as there was a certain level of like my brother and my father, like my brother and my father have always been there for me, and so I was like, who else outside of that could it be? And then it took me realizing that family member used to always make me feel special. Oh my God, used to always point it out too. They pointed out, okay, little tip, and ways that I was able to realize is that, like, they always made it a point to make me feel special. Even with the other kids around me, they always made it a point to make me feel special. And sadly, those times that I was special and that he would brag, like, it's so, and it's okay, it's not funny, but it's so movie typical that we went on car rides alone together, and he would get me candy, and then shit would happen in the car, and then like we would get home, and then, you know, because the child brain, when it goes through trauma, you just shut down, you dissociate, and then you shut down and you forget. Like, it's crazy for me that, like, and then realizing now that, like, obviously we don't talk to that family member, like, we are like we, you know, but it's crazy that all those things that I thought was like male, well, not that I thought was the male validation that I needed, was not because of my father that was very present, or my brother that didn't give me attention, or whoever the fuck. It was because of that family member. Unfortunately for me, that's why later in high school, or whenever, well, you know, in high school, when I felt like I liked a boy and maybe I was too weird, wrong environment, wrong people, but also, yeah, you were weird, and shout out, love that, you were authentic, that's beautiful. But I felt like I really wanted a boy to like me, and I wanted to prove a point that I wasn't just pretty for a black girl, so like I used my body to do that. That's sad. That's extremely freaking sad. And that is something that post high school I also did. And so now that I was in a beautiful, healthy relationship where I didn't have to give up my body for somebody to like me, my body was like, so what do we do now? What do we care to do now, you know? But anyways, let me finish this, okay? Stage 9, the anger. This stage is an opportunity to use your anger as a catalyst to move through your pain, hurt, and despair. It is an important step to release the anger you've turned inward. And yeah, I had that like last weekend, I think it was last weekend, whatever it is, like whatever day it was, I had a day that I was just crying, and I was pissed, and I was just crying, and it's because, you know, obviously this is impacting me till this day. It's impacting me in my current relationship because of the way my body is behaving. Oh my goodness. Behavioring, the way my body is behaving sometimes, like, it all stems from this shit. And like, I feel anger because it's like, this motherfucker really ruined my well, didn't ruin it, because hi, hello, we're here and we're taking the power back and we're good to go, but like, really me up for a long time out of his own sicko pleasure. Like, out of his own sick fucking pleasure, and that shit fucks me up. It really, really pisses me off. But then this brings me to stage number 10, which is where I am today. Disclosure and truth telling. Confronting your abuser and talking about your abuse with them can be empowering, but this stage is not for everyone. It is essential to get proper support, healing, and consultation before taking this test. If you do decide to take that step, I'm not gonna take that step to talk to the abuser. I'm not doing that. My disclosure and truth telling is here on this podcast. This is where I'm doing it, because there ain't no fucking gosh darn way that I'm gonna reach out to this person. 1. Second of all, I cannot reach out to that person. 2. And 3, I don't care. They're insane. They're disgusting, and they're sad, and it's like, obviously, unfortunately, most likely product of their environment as well. But I don't fucking give a fuck to have a conversation with them. What I give a fuck about is having a conversation with the people who need to have this conversation. We seriously all need to have a conversation, and we seriously all need to be freaking aware. If anything, my truth is that I don't want to have kids because I want to be very present auntie to the kids around me and to whatever kids I come across, because I can see, I can smell, I can tell whatever sicko is around. I can tell that shit. And if I can deal with it, I will deal with it. But this is a PSA for any sicko out there that wants to try anything, and I get aware of this, I will fucking kill you. You will die. Okay? This is non-negotiable. This is non-negotiable. This is why I'm an auntie, because I have the time, I have the presence, and I can have the eyes everywhere that I want to, and I do. I have eyes everywhere. And this should be the case for anybody who has kids who's listening to this. Have eyes everywhere. If they try to weirdly make your kid be a little special, and usually it's because the abuser is gonna work the parents first to get to the kids. Okay, so don't be stupid out there just accepting some people to be weirdly nice to your kids. No, to have some alone time with your kids when you have multiple of them, weird. Okay, like, be aware, be present, be not on your phone when you're like, your kids are there and they're around other people, because you gotta be aware of every single motherfucker. Like, I can tell you, I can remember as a child that asshole just staring at me in a corner and giving me weird ass smiles. Be a present parent and look around to see who the is interacting with your child. Okay, so this is my truth telling, if anything. Number 11 is forgiveness. Forgiving yourself releases you from self-blame, shame, and humiliation. I don't. Okay. Some people find it freeing to forgive their abuser, but they usually come after a long, committed healing process. In the forgiveness process, I ain't got shit to forgive regarding to myself. I was a child. It's like, there's no logic to me pointing the blame to myself, and that's where I consider myself lucky. I don't forgive them. I can understand how it happened, but I'm not gonna forgive them, because why would I waste such? And if anything, like, if it makes me a bigger person, I guess I forgive them for being so sick, but like, again, I don't care. I don't care. It's karma can do whatever it wants. I just gotta live better for myself, for my inner child, for my inner teen, for my nieces, for my nephew, for all the beautiful kids in my life that I love so much, and all the kids that exist, point blank period. I'm not picky. I love kids. I love children. I think they're beautiful. I think they are wonderful. I think they are the future. I think they're the future. But I love kids. And I'm gonna be a warrior for them always and forever. That's just what I do. And that's why I'm like, when people are weirded out that I don't want to have kids, hear this speech. I don't want kids, but I'm still gonna do all of that. So suck it. 12, spirituality. Many people find that healing process require more significant strength and support resources, leading them to pursue spirituality. I guess the stage number 12 was my number 1. My spirituality led me to here. And then the last stage is resolution. As you continue to work through the stages, you will experience more awareness, integration, and compassion. You will gain the ability to move towards a better future. And this is where I am, I guess. I'm not at level 10. I'm at level 13. I'm at the end. because I'm able to have the conversation, because I'm able to, without shame, come out with it. What are you gonna say, that I'm weird for for what I went through? You're weird for thinking that. What shame to it is there to my own story? It's part of my story, and it will always be. I feel no shame about it. If anything, I think it makes me more great, because here I am, still a very loving person. I'm still a very kind person. I'm a very aware person, and I'm just overall amazing. And I still went through that. So it's like, if you are in the midst of like realizing that you're going through this and it's very, very difficult, and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, let me be the light. It gets hella better. You know, it'll get better. It does. It always does. Anything. There's a positive in every situation. This might be my positive, you know. Me coming up with a story, healing other people, and then healing myself. That's the positive of what happened in my situation. And it took 24 years later to figure that out. Nice. You know, I think that's great. And that's why I take pride in making sure my nieces and nephews don't go through anything up before the age of don't go through anything before the age of 8, because after that, whatever happens. No, but like, take care of the kids around you. Really, 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 really take care of the kids around you. I think it's there's sickos out there, and you're not gross, you're not bad, you're not wrong, you're not, you know, you just need a little love. And true, but my abuser just needed a little love. He didn't need to go through what he went through, you know, to be able, you know, because at the end of the day, like, this is all that it is. Love will get you whole. Love will keep you whole. Love will help somebody in your life you wanna love. Oh, love. Like, love is truly everything. It's the answer for everything. Is the answer to everything. I just said that 4 times. And that's that on that. I don't have much else to say about this situation. I think it was shitty, but proud of myself that I'm beyond this, and that at least, you know, I can open a conversation. Because the last thing, don't suffer in silence. Look at me blabbing it away. Get support, find valuable resources, find the tools to help you heal. And when you're ready, share your story so other adult survivors of child abuse know they're not alone either. So that's what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm passing the baton. I'm passing the awareness, and that's all I gotta do, truly. And to end the episode, I mean, shit, I'm gonna do something fun. We're gonna do the quiz of the day. I do them all the time because it brings me joy. Quiz of the day. I want to know which Looney Tunes I am. I think I really want to figure it out. I don't know if I did that already. Have I done it already? Maybe I have. If I have, yikes. If I haven't, why are you asking me? I feel like this is not precise enough. But whatever. Hey, I just want to do a quiz. I'm not going to be picky about it. I'm going to leave it in the description as per usual, you guys, because that's what I do for every single one of them. Hopefully this one will work, and I'm not going to have to stick the butt doing some gymnastics to be able to see this shit. But yeah, everyone's personality matches a Looney Tunes character. Which one are you? Pick your favorite breakfast. French toast sticks, blueberry pancake, scrambled egg, breakfast sandwich, waffle, donuts. Okay, this is really hard. My problem is it only said blueberry pancakes. It doesn't say blueberry lemon ricotta pancakes, because I would have chosen that. You know what? Just because I can, this is my podcast, I do what I want. I'll say that it's that. Out of those, I'll say that if you haven't had a ricotta lemon blueberry pancakes, bro, get on that shit. Pick a lunch. Salad, nuggets, tacos, pizza, mac and cheese, sub sandwich, babe. What the fuck? I'll take the tacos. Could be delicious. Pick something for dinner. Spaghetti, meatloaf, steak, pulled pork sandwich, paella, beef stroganoff. I'll take the steak, because either the steak or I'll take the steak. I'm not going to try to pretend that I'm going to take the paella. I've never had any. So pick a color green. Green is that girl. Pick an animal. Kangaroo, cheetah, bear, bald eagle, sloth, otter. Ooh. Ooh. I like the otter. Pick a random word. Rival, bouncy, fluffy, yellow, crazy, unusual. Rival, bouncy, fluffy, yellow, crazy, unusual. What kind of question is this? I don't freaking know what I want. Pick a random word. I'll take bouncy. Pick a TV show. Oof. Okay, easy. SpongeBob, Bob's Burger, Phineas and Herb, Phineas and Ferb, Futurama, Rugrats, and Scooby-Doo. Where are you? Bob's Burger for sure. Bob's Burger is that girl. She's that bitch. She's that gal. Pick a cookie. Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate. Chocolate chip. Snickerdoodle. Oatmeal raisin. Peanut butter chip. Dark chocolate. I'm starting to be an adult and love this. Pick a movie genre. Horror, sci-fi, comedy, action, movie, family, romance. Y'all know I'm a horror girl. Pick a picture of a bunny. So there's a bunny just in a white background. There's a little bunny or a side profile in a field. There's a I think I'll pick that bunny. It's like a bunny with like a fisheye lens, and there's a strutting bunny. There's a bunny sitting on a little pillow, and then there's a model bunny, and I'm gonna take the fisheye one. Pick a day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Thursday, Friday. Wow, I can't even read. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm a Thursday girl. I was born on a Thursday. I'm Daffy Duck. That's it. Is it because I'm black? That like there's no explanation. It's just I'm Daffy Duck. Okay, cool. I'm gonna sneeze, and before I really don't want to do that. So I've been very good this entire episode, and so it's not now that I'm gonna start sneezing. But thank you so much, you guys. This episode was really not as crazy as I thought it was gonna be. I'm so happy that I finally talked about it, and I mean, editing this is gonna be so fun, and you're not alone. Leave it in the comments, like share it, tell the people. There's no shame to have. Self-awareness is the key to being a good. We say thank you self-awareness, because self-awareness is the key to being a good person to yourself and to people around you. And thank you guys. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.